Hey YouTube, today we're going to be working on this 2017 Dodge Journey, and we're going to be replacing the water pump on this truck. The water pump is all the way in the back of the engine under there, so we have to remove it from under the truck. We're going to figure that out. Now, I want you to look at the coolant reservoir, and this thing was full 2 days ago. I don't see any leaks, not in the radiator, uh, not over here. Where is the thermostat housing? That's the thermostat housing right there. Um, so there's no leaks there, but I believe it will be one over there by the water pump, because the water has to go somewhere, and it's not here, and it's not going to the engine either. I mean, I checked the oil. Oil is good, so we have a leak, and we're gonna figure that out. So let's go ahead under the truck, so we can inspect the water pump. So if you're looking from the front of the engine, you see this is the front of the engine. You see the oil filter. You see the AC compressor, and you're just gonna follow that belt. With me, you're probably gonna have this plastic shield. We're gonna need to remove that. It's two 10 millimeter bolts right there to remove that shield, and and so and so if, so you don't have a problem with the belt. There is a tensioner, which this is the tensioner right here. This one. So uh, you see the AC compressor pulley. You see another pulley here, and the one on top. That will be your tensioners. All the way to the back, you're gonna see the pulley for your water pump. So there's where it's located, and we need to remove that water pump. Okay, after we remove the plastic shield or cover for the pulleys, we have on the very back we have the pulley for the water pump right there. So we're gonna remove those three. Uh, Before we remove the belt, we're gonna remove those, loosen up those three 10 millimeter bolts. They're not too tight, all right. So it's like I basically use a wrench, and we're easy to remove or to loosen up. The belt is gonna help you because it has some tension on the pulley, so it's gonna help you so the pulley doesn't spin when you're trying to remove those 10 millimeter bolts. But they are already loose on this one. So for me, next step is to remove the belt. We're just gonna use a ratchet and a 16 millimeter socket, and we're gonna remove the belt. And before you remove the belt, make sure you take a picture, or so you know how the belt is positioned, how the belt runs. Yeah, just take a picture, just in case you forget how the belt is positioned. All right, take a picture of it, and now let's remove the belt. There you go. Okay, now with the belt off, I'm so sorry the shot is not the best, but we're gonna remove these three 10 millimeter bolts that are holding the pulley. After you remove those bolts, the pulley is gonna come off. Got the pulley right here. Okay, and right there we have the water pump, and we have 5 bolts on this water pump. So there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not part of the water pump. Here's one behind, right here. So there is 5 bolts around the water pump. We need to remove all those bolts. It's gonna be 13 millimeter bolts. We need to remove them. And before you remove the water pump, make sure you empty your radiator or your coolant, or antifreeze. If you come to the passenger side from your truck radiator, look for the radiator. The one in front is the AC condenser. You have the radiator in the back. This is a Phillips screw. You can just remove this, and you're gonna be able to empty uh, the uh, radiator. And after you do that, after you empty the radiator, uh, antifreeze or coolant, you're gonna come over here and we're gonna remove that water pump. Again, there's still gonna be some coolant in there, so make sure you have a pan or something to catch the coolant that is gonna drip from there. Remove all the bolts but one on top, but you can see the water pump is already start leaking from here. So make sure you have something to catch the coolant. We're gonna push a little bit the water pump. All right, we're just gonna twist it from here. Uh, Hopefully it opens in the bottom and we can get all the coolant out of there. When you're doing this, please do it with the cool engine. All right, do not do it while the engine is hot, because something can spill on you. You can get burned. So make sure when you're doing this, make sure the engine is cool. All right. Like I mentioned, there is some coolant dripping out of there. We're gonna just push here, take this distance, and there you go. See, there's still a lot of coolant dripping out of there. Even though you drain it, there's still gonna be some coolant there, so just be prepared to catch it. All right. And after we let it drain whatever is in there, we're gonna remove the last bolt and we're gonna take the pump out of there. You're gonna be able to remove it from there, and there's enough space to pull it out of there. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I have the two water pumps here. They're slightly different. This one, the top is a circle. This one is like a triangle. But the pulley does fit here. I already checked it out. It does fit. And here in the back, well, same thing. It's a little different. This one has that kind of circle, on top, right here of the pit. This one doesn't. Now the old one, it came with a kind of like metal steel gasket. This one comes with a carton gasket. But it's gonna work just fine. Just make sure the block where you're gonna install the new pump, make sure the block is clean on the surface. It should be, because this is like metal thing, so there is nothing to stick to the block. But still, make sure it's clean. There is no debris around in the block where this is gonna sit. Otherwise, you're gonna have leaks there. So let's go ahead and install this one. This one goes one way. There is no way you can miss it. Let's put those bolts in, and also the pulley, and I'm gonna give you some torque specs for the bolts. Okay, so we got the new pump installed. Those bolts for the water pump, we will need to torque those bolts down to 18 foot-pounds, and the ones in the pulley, we're gonna need the 10mm bolts. We're gonna need the torque specs for those bolts are 80 inch-pounds. Don't forget to put back the radiator plug, the radiator drain plug. Don't forget that. After we install the pulley, we're gonna install the belt, and then refill the truck with some antifreeze and start the truck, and we'll see from there, see if it works. After we install the pulley and everything, it's time to install the belt. If you took a picture, just put it back wherever, just put it back as it was positioned before. Don't miss any pulleys. And it's time to use the tensioner. So we're gonna use a 60mm wrench or socket, whatever you have in hand. Pull the tensioner, and I like to do this one last. The one in the bottom is easier for me. So the tension is ready. There you go. There you go. So we got it done. Yeah, so we got it done. We got all the pulleys, how it's supposed to be. I'm gonna show you just in case you didn't take a picture. That's how the belt should be positioned. So right now, again, don't forget to put the drain plug of the radiator back. And after that, we're just gonna need to refill the radiator, the coolant reservoir, you know, start the truck, uh, make sure we don't have any leaks in the water pump. Right there, we're gonna look for leaks. If there's no leaks around the gasket, and if there's no leaks, everything is good. Well, that's what you need to do to replace the water pump on this Dodge Journey, this 2.4 engine. So thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please consider like and subscribe. Thank you very much.